wanted to talk about a tornado today, which might seem a little out of season, given that the U.S. typically gets very few in December. In fact, so far this month, there's only been one real tornado, back on December 2nd in Missouri. Coincidentally, the tornado I want to talk about happened that same day in a community called Fairview. Now, according to MapQuest, there are 10 Fairviews in the U.S. I'm not sure which one the tornado hit because it was fictional, part of the plot of an episode of the TV show Desperate Housewives. I watched because I was curious to see how Hollywood would portray the tornado, and though it wasn't the worst I've ever seen, I do have a few bones to pick with the writers and producers. The timing of the events was reasonable, but not totally realistic. Tornadoes were reported in the area several hours before the one that hit Fairview, and that's not unusual, as sometimes several lines of tornadic thunderstorms will form in a tornado outbreak. The tornadoes that were shown had different shapes. One looked like a rope, another a big wedge. The one that struck Fairview resembled an elephant trunk. This variety is fairly typical as well. On the other hand, the tornado took several minutes to move through the neighborhood. In reality, most hit quickly with a sudden fury and last maybe 30 seconds or less at any one location. In general, the episode did convey proper tornado safety, though a couple precautionary things that happened right after the tornado watch was issued made me laugh. One character put tape on her windows. That's silly. Even if the house was hit, which is very unlikely, the winds or flying debris would probably break the windows, taped or not. Then there was the boy who went door to door selling bottled water. This isn't really necessary because people don't die of thirst waiting to be rescued from a tornado. On the plus side, most of the characters went to the basement or a crawl space or an interior room as the tornado approached. All of those are good ideas. As for the tornado's impact, even before it struck, the wind blew a fence apart and a car fell from the sky. Those things can happen, but typically within the tornado, not before it arrives. At the same time, two characters were outside standing without much difficulty. That's not likely because winds strong enough to break fences would make standing nearly impossible, and parts of nearby houses should have been blown away too. Finally, another character got sucked out of a doorway and into the tornado. Though this has happened, the house seemed to be doing just fine, not likely if the winds were indeed fast enough to pick a person right off the ground. In the end, given how popular this episode apparently was with the viewing public, it's pretty clear that weather makes good TV, and I'm fine with that, as long as people take it as entertainment and not a science lesson. Fred will be back with the extended forecast next.